On January 20, 1942, the Wannsee Conference took place in Berlin, where the objectives of the sinister Operation Reinhard were decided. Annihilate the Jews in the territory of the general government. Labor exploit some of these before killing them. Seize their assets, possessions, and wealth. The meeting was attended by some of the most powerful Nazis of the Third Reich, such as the head of the Central Security Office, Reinhard Heydrich, the commander of the SIPO and the Gestapo SD Dr. Karl Eberhard Skongarth, the head of the Office Principal of Race and Settlement Otto Hoffmann, and Adolf Eichmann, among others, in order to find the best way to solve the problem of the Jews, as Hitler himself had put it. Operation Reinhard, which successfully and with unprecedented cruelty eliminated almost 2 million Polish Jews living in the general government area, allowed the Nazis to perfect methods of mass murder that would be systematically repeated in many other parts of Europe. But how was this macabre Nazi plan carried out? In the next few minutes we'll tell you everything about Operation Reinhard, the plan through which Hitler eliminated almost all Polish Jews. Are you ready? Then, prepare to travel back in time. On September 1, 1939, Nazi Germany led by Adolf Hitler invaded the Republic of Poland, starting World War II. The Polish army tried to withstand the attack with little French and British help, but eventually, when the Soviet Union joined the invasion, Poland fell and was divided between Hitler and Stalin. The Third Reich promoted the general government to rule over the conquered territory. 2 years and a few months later, at the Berlin meeting, Operation Reinhard was determined, named after its host Reinhard Heydrich, who died a few months later due to an attack by Czech partisans. The bloodthirsty operation fell under the command of SS General Odilo Globoknik, who established 2 different teams to carry out the task. On the one hand, one to coordinate the deportation of the Jews, commanded by SS Major Hermann Höfel, who cooperated with the police, the civil authorities of the occupation and the regional SS. On the other hand, a second team was in charge of the construction and management of the extermination camps, which was directed by Police Captain Christian Wirth. Wirth was a truly vile man, earning nicknames like Christian the Cruel and the Christian Savage for his extreme behavior against concentration camp inmates and victims. He, like many workers and camp personnel, had served in Operation T4, through which the Nazis annihilated around 300,000 people with disabilities or illnesses during the war. This process had been carried out using pure carbon monoxide gas as the method of killing and had given Wirth and his men much experience in mass exterminations. Wirth built 3 concentration camps to fulfill Operation Reinhard: Belzec, Sobibor, and Treblinka. Belzec functioned from May to December 1942, receiving mainly Jews from the ghettos of southern Poland. Sobibor operated from May 1942 to October 1943 and dealt with Jews in the Lublin area and in the east of the general government. And Treblinka was open from July 1942 until August of the following year, murdering deportees from central Poland, especially from the Warsaw Ghetto. While these were not the first prison camps created by the Nazis, they were among the first designed specifically for mass extermination. As in Operation T4, the execution mechanism was through pure carbon monoxide gas. For this, in Belzec and Sobibor, they used a large internal combustion engine that sent exhaust gases to the different rooms through pipes. In many cases these even used the engines of captured Soviet tanks. The bodies of the dead were then cremated in mass graves. Learning from the experiences of the other camps, Treblinka used gas chambers that were simpler and speeded up the killing process. The numbers of Jewish victims in each concentration camp were truly shocking. Belzec, at least 434,508. Sobibor, at least 167,000. Treblinka, approximately 925,000. A total of more than 1.5 million people. However, these were not the only victims of Operation Reinhard. Numerous murders were carried out in the different ghettos and in the trains that transported the victims, in which it is estimated that a total of 20% of the deportees died of suffocation and thirst without reaching their destination. Other deaths occurred in large massacres, such as that of Erntefest. This occurred at the end of 1943, when the operation was reaching its conclusion. Having accomplished much of his goal, Heinrich Himmler, fearful of an uprising, ordered the murder of the Jewish prisoners doing hard labor in Lublin. Known as the Harvest Festival Action, on November 3 and 4, 2,000 SS marksmen and police units from the region murdered 42,000 Jews, in what was the largest mass shooting of World War II. Before continuing, we want to introduce you to our new channel, Military Aviation. Here we'll explore the extraordinary world of combat aircraft and the latest developments of the world's most important air forces, as well as the most incredible air missions of today. You'll find the link to subscribe in the description of the video and in the first comment. Months before the end of the operation, the SS began cleaning up and covering up these terrible events. This was called the exhumation action, since the mass graves of the concentration camps were exhumed to incinerate the corpses in giant grills made of wood and railway tracks. At the same time, houses were built and trees and crops were planted in Belzec and Treblinka to camouflage human remains. The Third Reich not only almost fully achieved its goal of eradicating Jewish life in Poland, but also seized the possessions of its victims. In total, it is estimated that 178 million German marks of the victims, which would be equivalent to more than 615 million euros today, fell into the hands of the Nazis. Finally, the masterminds of Operation Reinhard were sent to northern Italy to continue their massacres against Jews and local partisans. In total, the macabre mission in Poland left 1.7 million Jews dead, in addition to an unknown number of dead Poles, Gypsies, and Soviet prisoners of war. Although the vast majority of those who carried out such a massacre were not tried for their crimes against humanity, the main organizers did meet their deserved fate. Christian Wirth was assassinated by Yugoslav partisans in 1944, Odilo Glaboknik committed suicide upon capture by the British in 1945, and Hermann Höfel also took his own life, before standing trial in 1961. We have reached the end of the video and we want to ask you, do you think these men paid the price for their bloody actions, or should they have been prosecuted by law? Leave us your answer in the comment box below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel to learn about many more military events that left their mark on history. Thank you very much for joining us until the end. And stay tuned for our next video.